Listen up.
It's TLDL.
Hi guys, it's Chloe. Before we get into today's episode, I needed to make a quick disclaimer and correction. In today's episode, I used the word dysphoria where I meant to say dysmorphia, and I used the word conforming where I meant to say affirming, and vice versa. We hope it's not too distracting to you and you enjoy this episode. We think it's a good one.
Hey girl,
Hey girl, what's up? Hello.
welcome back to another episode of TLDL.
Too long? Didn't listen.
Okay. I'm excited for this podcast. If you can't tell,
too.
first and foremost, I'm wearing makeup. This episode is, can we announce that?
Yeah, let's talk about it.
Okay, this episode's about weird beauty standards.
No!
What is it? Plastic surgery. Weird. That's what I thought of it as. Plastic surgery,
Yes.
weird beauty standards, Instagram, FaceTime, that kind of thing.
Facetune.
FaceTime.
Yes.
And I don't drink alcohol usually.
But I thought for this episode, it would be it's a nighttime recording for us. And I thought, what is it? It's Saturday night. It's 6 o'clock.
Yeah.
I felt like we should have some high class Tito's and Tito's and orange juice.
Tito's and vodka. So this is not a mimosa. Mimosa champagne.
Yeah.
Got it. Cheers.
Cheers. So last time that we recorded, we were a little bit mysterious. I said, and I quote, "We're not going to tell you anything about ourselves. You'll get to know us." But I feel like I was remiss in doing that. And so I want us to introduce ourselves to you so you know who we are and what we stand for. So
That
Alex,
was interesting that we did that.
I don't know why. I think I was nervous.
Yeah.
I'm not going to tell you anything about myself.
But I'm like, isn't that the point of us as we're here? But
yes.
Yeah. Do I start or do you want to start?
You start, Alex.
Okay.
Take it away.
Okay. I am a newly 30-year-old gay man living up in the mountains in the San Diego backcountry, artist, all-around artist, multimedia artist, I like to say. That's why I put on my Tinder profile.
Oh, I love it.
Wait.
Do you get a lot of traction?
Why did you say it?
No, go on.
Yes. I don't talk about my dating life unless it's anything official, and even then, I still do sometimes. But
why give the free publicity?
Well, not free publicity, but I just don't want. Until it's something serious, I don't like to talk about it.
Okay.
But yes, I do get traction on Tinder. Thank you very much.
As an all-around artist.
And then I say more, but into health, sustainability, that kind of thing.
I love it.
Yeah, my face and ears are getting so red, I can feel it. How are my ears looking, Ilya?
They're really red.
Really red. Anytime I drink a little bit of alcohol, it's just that. Oh yeah. Anyway, so introducing myself.
Tell us about yourself.
So, for the most part, have always worked in the service industry or done my own side hustles, or at one point was doing mostly, things like residential cleaning and stuff like that, as my day job. But always, art has been my passion, my heart, and people. I'm don't consider myself a political person. I'm not even apolitical. I just don't do politics. I am people. I'm not a Democrat. I'm not a Republican. Whatever. I like to listen to everyone. So that's me in a nutshell at 30. I got a lot of plans for the future. We talk about this a lot. But for right now, that's where I'm at. I'm loving life and thriving. Oh, I'm working on. Oh, you do know this, but I'm working on slowly but surely in the last couple of years. I've been working on an album, a music album behind the scenes, very slowly because I can't put all my time into it. But after I rack up a couple of people watching me as an artist online, like an online presence, I do want to release it.
It's good. I've heard a song.
Did you like it?
Yes,
honestly,
I did. And he does everything, which is cool. Like every component, which is amazing.
Yep, write the music, produce, lyrics, sing,
Yes.
drums, everything.
Yeah.
It sounds more impressive than maybe the music is, though I love it. I like the music. It's kind of
the singing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you like the singing?
Yeah.
Why you think the singing's not impressive?
No, I do. I feel like singers usually think that's the most impressive thing. Like I feel like singers are the most narcissistic of the talents. But
yeah, I do consider myself. Yeah, I do consider myself. When it comes to music, I am a singer by nature.
I love it. Yeah.
But I do play all the other instruments. Not very well, but I play them.
I think I can sing.
You sing
Disney songs.
Disney songs. I wish I saved the Little Mermaid song.
I'll sing
you
it
sang
sometime as a bonus episode, you guys.
I wish I saved it so we could just add that because it was good.
I have it saved on my phone.
Yes, we have to one day. But yeah, so that's me at the moment.
I
This
love
is where I'm
it.
at presently. Got goals for the future, but this is where we are. And we meet.
Yes.
It's crazy that we meet. You probably lived a totally different life. Well, you definitely did. And we meet at this point in our lives. Okay, and so tell me about you, girl. Starting from now, and then we'll back it up.
Like right now?
Right now, who you are, and then I'll ask you your earlier
I
question.
love it. Okay, I'm 27. Going on 28. My birthday is July. I'm a Leo.
Oh.
I know. I'm right on the cusp, but I've heard that cusps don't matter from astrological people, so I'm a full-fledged Leo.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a mom. I have a 1-year-old, and I'm married. I got married in the height of the pandemic, so I eloped. But I live again in the backcountry, just like Alex. I'm a wedding planner. I own my wedding planning company with my best friend Amy, who lives in Seattle. So we are here and we're in Seattle. I've got a few amazing employees, and that really is like my passion, is just design and making gorgeous events and like fairy tales come true. But I feel like I have a lot of passions and that was, one of my passions. And then obviously, as everyone will get to know, another passion is just talking. I just love to chat.
She does.
But yeah, I'm a wedding planner, and it's so much fun. I'm so proud of my company that I've built. And I know my business partner over there is cheering me on here. She really wants us to make it big so that she can profit off of it.
We all do.
And I love her honesty. But yeah, okay, so that's me right now. That's not going into much about who I am, but that's like where I'm at right now.
Yes, and I love that side note that that's the first time I ever said heard you say I'm a mother, because you have a son, but you're not like a mommy.
Yeah.
You are a person in your own respect, and you are raising this boy.
Yeah.
And it's really cool to see that sense of identity, because I'm starting to see it in him.
With
like
a mom.
He is starting to be having a sense of self-awareness too. It's a cool thing. A lot of people identify, they're like, I'm the mom, I'm this, I'm that, and you are definitely letting him do his own thing. So I think it's cool. Side note.
My best friend came over last night and said I was a lazy mom.
Oh, do you get
Yeah, which is funny. And she said it in
insulted?
like a loving way. Do I get insulted?
Yeah.
No, I started laughing. I was like, I'm like a third-time mom. I just didn't need the third kid, because if I had the third kid would die. Like, because I feel like I've got my company that I care for. And being a wife isn't important to me, but my relationship is so important to me. So like that is important. My business is important. This business is hugely important to me. This is going to take up such a big part of my life. But Ezra is my son. He is the center of it all. I would he is, but it's not what I lead with. I don't introduce myself as a mom.
Yes.
It's a private journey. I was in foster care, so my relationship with moms is pretty different. So I was in foster care from 6 months old until I was 6. And my birth mom is not someone I have contact with. And my second mom, my adopted mom, passed away from cancer 10 years ago. So my relationship with like motherhood is very different than probably a lot of people's. So it's not my leading thing, but it is absolutely, of course he's the most important thing in the world to me.
Let's talk about your outfit real quick. What are we doing? Can we get a really awkward crotch shot of her? Just kidding.
Let me.
So we're talking about plastic surgery.
Yeah, baby.
Oh my god.
It is a topic that I am personally very passionate about.
Plastic surgery, Facetune, and everything. Yeah. Sorry, didn't mean to pivot the conversation.
Oh my god,
but
I'm glad you pivoted it. Let's
I was
talk
looking
about
at your
what's
legs.
important.
I was like, does she have pants on? Oh yeah, she's wearing the tiniest leather black skirt, and we love it. So wait, what was the next? We're introducing ourselves. So what was the next thing?
So we wanted to introduce ourselves because, like I said, it was kind of, I don't know, we got shy. So that's who we are. That is just the
scrubbing off. Sorry.
Did I do a good job?
Maybe. I don't know. You tell me.
I used my 2 fingers. I was just in there.
Yeah. I was too busy rapping. Oh, check out our TikTok to see me rapping while she's putting my makeup on.
I did a good job. No, we wanted to like give you guys a glimpse of ourselves. Like, where Alex is from, where I'm from, which is Seattle. He's from Boston. We wanted to tell you guys a little bit about what we care about. We're both service industry. I care about weddings. He cares about art. Both like very creative professions. We both love people. That is who we are.
And talk.
He is, let's see, the most interesting parts about ourselves. You are gay and I'm in foster care. So
what? That's our trauma.
That is our trauma. But we didn't do this last time. And so here you go. I know you're going to learn so much more about
the coming out part. That maybe that can be a whole episode, but.
In the foster care.
Oh, the foster. Girl,
6-part series.
Oh, yes.
Yes. But
yes,
it is episode number 2.
2.
We are going to talk about plastic surgery today.
Yes.
And like I said, it is a topic that's near and dear to my heart for some funny, like sarcastic reasons, and then for some very deep personal reasons. So I'll start it out like listing what I've had done.
Yes,
and then I want to ask you.
Let's see what's
been
done here.
Okay. What's been done here?
Okay. Well, what do you? Because you got. Speaking of like cosmetic stuff,
yes,
you got
all
eyelashes
cosmetic
in.
Stuff.
You got eyelashes in.
Yeah, but these are my eyelashes are like falsies, like $6 falsies from the drugstore. I don't get eyelash extensions.
Are your nails done?
I did them today, but they are shellac. They are on my real nails. See, I'm so natural.
Shellac.
What
does that mean?
Gel. So they'll just last longer.
Okay. I'm learning something new today.
Our branding girl picked these out for me for our cover shoot today.
Oh, we have covers. We dressed up for this.
I usually wear neutral nails or no nails, honestly, but
yes.
I just burped in the microphone because of the vodka.
Okay. Oh yeah. I forgot we're sipping on this. We already talked about it. Tito's and orange juice.
Yes. Okay, so all cosmetic stuff, like just list it all.
Yes. So you did not get a boob job.
No.
No boobs. Continue. Sorry.
Okay. So from the head down, I guess I get my hair dyed. I go to Danny in San Diego. I'll tag her. She's fucking amazing. We became like really good friends immediately. I get my hair done pretty regularly. I get Botox in my forehead. I get Botox in my 11s. I've had my.
What's 11s?
When you go like this, except not on me.
So raise your eyebrows as much as you can.
You've made me do this before.
I know. We want people to see because for someone like me, I don't know anything about.
Do you want me to like describe what it is? Like, do you not? You really don't.
We
know what I'm
could
saying?
do an episode where I get Botox in just to see how funny it would be.
It would be hilarious.
It would be. I think it would be funny because this is what someone with no Botox looks like. Wrinkles, right? 30 years old.
Yeah, so Botox is, and I actually got Juvo last time.
Juvo, what's that?
Which is a little bit less expensive than Botox per unit. So it's like $8 instead of $12 per unit. So Botox immobilizes your forehead and any like wrinkle, so I can't move my face.
It paralyzes the muscle. It's a toxin. It's a toxin.
Yeah.
It knocks it out.
I love it.
It paralyzes.
He's like, it's a toxin. I'm like, it's a toxin.
You're like, I'm paralyzed from here. And I did know, before you continue, one time at the coffee shop, I was noticing some guy, he had a stroke in the past, and he half his face is numb in his body, and he's elderly guy, and so he would talk and like this part wrinkles up, as we do, but this side snatched, totally flawless.
I
like it looked like he
both sides on me.
yeah.
One or the other.
But that made me realize about Botox is like, you're paralyzed.
Yeah.
And he literally like had a period. I'm sure if you looked up close, you'd see like little slight creases, but he was elderly and you couldn't see anything.
Well, that's what it's. So I started getting it done young for preventative care. So I started getting it done at like 24 or 25.
Do you know any side effects of it or no?
Yeah. No, I'm pretty well educated on Botox. Okay. Number one, I used to get really bad migraines. It's a really good cure for migraines. You actually can get insurance to cover it if you have like the history of migraines. I'm not going to tell you where to put it or anything like that. Talk to your doctors. But you can use it as a treatment for that. It significantly reduced my migraines. And then also cosmetically. I mean, I get it for cosmetic reasons. Yeah. I'm not lying.
Did you get your insurance to cover it?
No. Oh my gosh, I've never. No, I paid for everything out of pocket.
Oh, hell yeah.
Yeah. So I do. Okay. So Botox. And then I have had my eyebrows microbladed twice, which means I've had them tattooed with a scalpel with ink in it twice. And I had this done back in Washington.
Wow, you can't even tell.
Spellbound Brows. She's amazing as well.
So your eyebrows are tatted.
Yeah,
Correct.
but also after I put makeup on, like I do my eyebrows. But if I wear no makeup, my eyebrows are like perfectly done. But once I put like foundation on, I have to still touch them up.
Wow. Okay.
But they're like, so she like totally shapes them to your face, does a whole map of your face, like how to make them. I did like only had like one strip of eyebrow. So like she just made them look so bold, and it's just so good. So that was like the biggest improvement of my looks, I think, was the microblading.
In the forehead?
On my eyebrows.
Okay. I mean like the forehead Botoxing.
Yeah, the Botox is more so that I don't
Preventative.
have wrinkles down the road. Like, it's not that I care about, like, if I had wrinkles now, but it's just for, like...
Prevention.
Yeah, I just don't want a lot
of... Because your forehead is...
Smooth.
It is gorgeous. It's like it's clay. It's like a ceramic
You, too,
pot.
can have this for, a lot of money.
How much?
For usually,
real.
if I get 20 units of the... Juva. The last time it was like $260, but
and how many times do you have to get like
every 6 months?
Oh, okay,
it depends
so
on your
not bad.
metabolism.
Oh,
yeah.
My metabolism's slow as hell, so I can probably get it once every 3 years.
Yes, that would help.
Okay.
Moving down. Yeah. I got a nose job 2.5 years ago, which is like my only legit plastic surgery.
Okay.
That I've
Is that
gotten.
considered surgical? Because surgical is like they
cut my nose. Trigger warning surgery, like talk, because I hate this kind of stuff. And I'll talk about it a little later in the episode. We're gonna like talk about other stuff first. But
were you awake?
Oh my gosh, no. They put me out. They cut open my face. They break the bone. They reform it, and they
Did
put
you
it
see
back
the
together.
video about it or no?
No, I just don't need to see that.
Do they literally like break it?
I don't know. I'm not a doctor.
Well, I mean, you don't have to be a doctor. Some people see surgery videos.
I don't watch that.
Oh, okay.
No, I would never watch
So
that.
you're just like, I want to wake up, be gorgeous.
Yes.
Yeah,
and like I said, I'll cover, like,
Take
we'll talk
this
more
money,
about it.
I want to wake up gorgeous.
Yeah. And they did.
But it wasn't, you said it was a very subtle nose job.
I'm going to talk about it later in the episode.
Oh, I'm sorry. Okay.
Alex,
So, okay.
Cut his interrupting.
Sorry.
Cut his getting ahead of himself.
Sorry.
Okay.
Keep
I've
that
had a
part in,
nose
though.
job.
Yep.
And then I've never had any filler. I was botched one time, but it wasn't anyone's fault but my own. But I basically asked to get a lip flip, which is putting Botox in your two Cupid's bows right here on your lip, like on your Cupid's bow. And it's supposed to like keep your lip from curling. And I looked like Kermit the Frog. And I did it before my wedding. I also did it knowing I was pregnant, but I lied to my Botox technician and I said I wasn't pregnant.
Oh my God. Ezra comes out.
I was like,
with gorgeous lips.
I was like 4 weeks pregnant. So it didn't even count. No, that doesn't count. That's like you barely know you're pregnant. So I read the pregnancy test and I was like, oh, fuck. And I ran to the Botox place. I was like, I can't get this when I'm pregnant. And I looked it up and it's totally fine.
Yeah.
And then I've had no work done on my body. But I would get, and I am going to get, absolutely a breast reduction and a lift. Yes. I hate how big they are. I hate it. I've never liked how big my boobs were since I was a little girl. People have like,
for what reason?
Oh, the sexualizing of it.
You don't like being sexualized by other people, or you don't?
No, I've had double D since I was in 3rd grade. Like, that's humiliating to me.
Oh, okay.
So I want a reduction and a lift, and I've like breastfed and done all that. So like, it's my time.
Totally.
Yeah.
In question.
Yeah.
Being real. Why did you get all these procedures?
I am going to talk about that later in the episode. I wrote a fucking outline.
But I wanted to, okay, sure. Okay, but we will talk about why.
Yes, we are.
And we're going to have a real open dialogue about it.
Yes, we are.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Hell
so before we do that, though, because I want to know where you're at before I tell you why
I'll tell you all my plastic surgeries.
Okay, talk.
Okay, so from here all the way to my toes, I got nothing done. Though what I would get, if I'm going to be real, what I would get, my hairline's receding a bit. So I would, if it wasn't so like annoyingly expensive, or I didn't have to fly to Turkey to get like a good
hair
deal
plugs.
on it, maybe like a hair, hair plugs. I don't know what, just transplant.
Yeah.
Transplant. And then also cosmetically, I had to get, teeth removed because wisdom teeth impacted it and all this shit. So I would get dental implants, which I feel like that's more of a necessity. It could be like one of those things
it's
with
cosmetic.
a migraine.
It's totally cosmetic.
Cosmetic, but also it could, it's just like, yeah. So anyways, these 2 teeth, and then just to have to be able to smile and not feel weird about it.
Yeah, we're going
And
to
then that's
talk
really
I want to talk at least about, and I kind of put this on there, to talk about more of those like not necessarily just like gender conforming, but like kind of the necessity cosmetic ones, like your teeth, where it does make such an impact and people don't necessarily like judge it as much, and insurance covers it a lot more readily. Because I think that
And there's a little controversy behind that too.
there's a lot of controversy behind it. I think teeth should be covered in general. I mean, dental work isn't even covered though, so it's not like I can sit here and be like, why aren't, veneers or new teeth covered or whatever.
Oh, yeah.
I've never had braces or any. I've had like a lot of cavities. That's my story with dental work, and we're gonna do an episode on dental work sometime because
it's important.
It's important, and like understanding how to work the system too. I want to talk about like HSA and how you can get some of this paid for.
HSA.
Yeah, like using your health points, you can like,
Got it.
yeah. But anyway, we're not going to get into that so much today because that's more, we're going to do a whole episode on our nasty ass teeth that we both have. Yeah, but I've never had anything done with my teeth, but I like my smile, and I know that it's rare. It's like rare for me, but I think it should be covered. So that's my take on it.
For sure. I had to get a $6,000 loan and go to Mexico to a specific dentist, specialized dentist, to get like my impacted teeth pulled. And then, a bunch of other stuff. I had braces, brackets still in from like all of it. I had to get taken care of myself because
in Mexico.
Yeah.
My friend just talked to me last night about getting a boob job in Mexico because it's so much more expensive here.
Don't do it.
I said that, but she can't afford it, and it like affects. So my friend is
reduction or
So she said she's free game. She was like, you can talk about me and like share whatever her thoughts are. But she is a lesbian, and she's got like huge boobs, bigger than mine, and she just feels like it completely ruins her self-esteem, how she sees herself. Like, she doesn't see herself as like super feminine. That's not how she wants people to see her. She does not want her big fucking boobs to be part of like her perception. So she wants to go in and get like a C cup. But she's a restaurant worker, and so she can't afford to do it here. It's $14,000, it's
easily.
Yeah. So that is just but that is why we'll talk about it again.
And it's still considered cosmetic, but
it's her back hurts, and it's so big, and it's like her self-esteem, but also then the argument, I guess, is like, shouldn't everything be covered? I know it's
in
hard.
Brazil. There's a huge controversy. Because,
really?
Yes, because women will get. There's a whole documentary I saw. Women will get liposuction, nose jobs, because they have anxiety and depression, which is considered a clinical issue,
and so they'll cover it.
Insurance will cover it.
What do you think about that?
I think it's fucked up. I don't think you should get liposuction or a boob job because you got anxiety about you have small titties. It's great.
Yeah.
I think it's great that you can go get it, and like, is titties a weird word? Sorry.
No, it's fine. I love that word.
I think it's funny.
He is gay. He can say what he wants.
I can say what I want.
He can say whatever he fucking wants. He can say cunt.
Oh my god. But yeah, I think it's a little weird, especially something like a nose job or liposuction is like, come on, a breast reduction, reducing it because of legit health issues. But I think it's just but then it crosses over to a lot of stuff like gender dysphoria is a clinical issue, and like it's a lot. Some people, and I know transgender people that paid out of pocket, even though they were covered. Well, even though they did cover it. In Massachusetts, they chose to choose out of pocket because they were like, this is a cosmetic procedure. So I don't feel comfortable doing. I would
totally take advantage personally, but I feel like most trans people can't get things covered.
Yeah.
So that's
it was a couple. One got their top surgery covered, and the other one did not. So the other person in the relationship did not do any of it even though they could have. So
interesting.
It's two different perspectives. I think
at some point we'll definitely invite like members of the trans community to kind of talk about that kind of surgery, because neither of us can really speak on it. But I definitely
off the bat, we love trans people. We love trans people.
I couldn't spend more time in my off time telling people about
on trans Twitter. You're on trans Twitter a lot for
I am on trans
a white
Twitter.
lady.
I know.
I
look like a fucking chaser. You guys, I just like really do. I know, but like as a woman who fights so fiercely for other women, I felt like I mean, I know a couple trans women, but I just felt like I didn't know a lot of trans women, and they are women. I fully believe that all of you are women. Pre-op, post-op, whatever, like your identity is your identity. I respect it. I see you. And I think you're one of me.
We love you.
Yeah, but I did to hear the stories through Twitter, which is such an authentic place to like kind of tell your story versus reading it in the news. So yeah, I follow like 150 trans women, but listen, I followed this author, and I'll shout her out, and this is super off topic, but we'll do a conversation about this, but Amanda Jette Knox, or Jette Knox, I'm sorry if I'm pronouncing it wrong. She's a Canadian author, and they is her preferred pronouns, and they are an author out of Canada. They're non-binary now, and she still identifies, like I said, she, they. So both work for her. Her wife is a trans woman, and then their child is non-binary. And through their Twitter, I found just like they would retweet stuff, and she would like have the coolest stuff on her feed, and I would follow these women that I were like, oh, you're so funny and hilarious, and I was like, oh, you're a trans woman. And then I started to read about the struggles and just everything they went through, and then also that their identity isn't all about being trans. And so I have a lot of thoughts on gender affirming surgeries and whatnot. We'll get into a different day, but that is why if you look me up on Twitter and you look at my following, I
chase her. Just kidding.
I just want to like understand every facet of being a woman and like be able to speak up for them when they're not in the room.
Totally.
You know?
And I make a not conscious effort. I don't really follow trans people on social media. I like meeting them in person more. For me, the way it's like anyone on social media, the type of person that puts himself out on social media consistently, you have to be a certain type of person.
Yeah.
So I like to meet trans people in person because they're totally different than people that are online. So I like the distinction between both of them, because someone that's outspoken and online and everything, it's a certain type of person, you know.
Sometimes,
I like meeting the regulars.
How far into my rabbit hole I've gotten. There's a lot of like shy people who only have a voice through Twitter. And
that's true
too.
So that's a good point too.
This is such a rabbit hole, but yeah,
yes,
I mean, I guess
we're on
episode 2, 100% stand with trans rights.
We love
LGBTQ,
trans people.
pretty much.
You're such an ally. You wish you were queer.
I do.
That's so interesting.
Yeah.
And it's so funny because people that are born queer, there's a part of your life where you're like, I wish I was just normal.
Lauren said it best though yesterday. She was like, being queer is a lot cooler and more fun. It's also a lot harder. And I like, but you know,
it's both. I mean, for me, as someone that was born gay man, whatever, I'm very much like just a gay male. There's no extra anything.
You're cis.
Yeah, and cis.
Homosexual.
Yeah. Yes. And for me, it's just like there is a level of self-development that you have to go through.
Yeah.
You have to become. There's a lot of people that are straight that hold secrets in for their whole life, and then gay people too that hold secrets their whole life
that are unrelated to their sexuality.
That are unrelated to sexuality, but can be as deep and feels as dark as being gay. But you have to force yourself to come out. There's just a level of self-development that happens that I think I understand what she means, that there is a freedom in being like, this is it. Like, there's a lot of people that think this is fucked up, and it's like, this is what you get. I have nothing,
you can't change. I mean,
you can't change it.
It's who you are. We made a joke in our first episode, or like we were just joking about how I am like so straight and whatnot, and it's just because it is who I am.
Yeah,
you know, like
exactly.
you can't. It's the same thing, and I don't know.
And
anyway.
I love everyone for who they are and whoever they come as. Straight, like literally, Chloe is a straight white blonde woman.
Look at me.
She looks like she hosts CNN, not Fox News.
Thank you.
CNN. She look like a hostess. I've been saying Fox News as a joke because I know she hates it, but you look like a hostess at CNN, and that's amazing. I don't have, it's identity. At the end of the day, we look at identity and then we move past it. We're on a huge tangent right now.
Such a tangent.
So let's go back
to plastic surgery.
Plastic surgery.
I need to take a break. I am gonna pee my pants. So we're back from our break.
I had to pee. We all had to pee because we've been all drinking this. Chloe switched from vodka, orange juice to
coffee.
Cafecito.
I've got both. Okay, So we talked about your teeth, obviously, and then we went down the laundry list of things I've had done, and I would get a boob job and whatever.
It's not a laundry list, but yeah.
I would get more done. We didn't go, I would do more. I'm not against surgery at all, is basically the thing. If I feel like something would enhance me, like especially as I get older, if I think filler would enhance my face, I'd get it. What other than your teeth? Because it's very genuine, and it like mouths are huge and smiles are a huge insecurity for a lot of people.
Huge. Even talking about it is weird for me. But.
My dad's about to get dentures. I'm so excited for him. But let's have fun.
Yeah.
What would you get done? What do men get done? Talk to me. What else would you get done that's like plastic surgery?
I 100%, being my truest, most authentic self, have not had any other idea to get anything done.
Okay.
Other than potentially a hair transplant if it really bothers me.
So hair transplant and teeth.
Yeah, I mean, I don't really have anything else that I was really insecure about turning 30, and like these forehead wrinkles are getting gnarly.
That's Botox.
But do I ultimately really care? Because there's some, do I ultimately really care? Like, not really. I see people that are gorgeous, men and women, that like have forehead wrinkles.
Oh yeah.
And for me, my thing is, I'm like, what? That's how I express myself. So if I was dead, I don't know if that's how it is for you, but if it's dead.
I've got deeper wrinkles than you do naturally. I've got really foldy skin. So I've always kind of been insecure about it. Like since I was a little girl, I didn't love how wrinkly my skin was, but my husband has really deep wrinkles, and I think it's great. I think it's awesome. It makes him look older. It's like the only thing that makes him look older, honestly.
Daddy Ben.
Daddy blonde Ben.
But yeah, that's literally it. I can't think of anything that I would ever get done.
No, I respect it. I just want to ask. I love to hear people kind of go off. Okay, something you said this before, and I just want to go back to it.
Yeah.
Because it kind of reminded me and leads me into a story.
Okay.
You mentioned how breast reductions or whatever you could see being essential and like covered by insurance, but like nose jobs and other things, tummy tucks, liposuction, you struggle with it. So I was kind of thinking about my like plastic surgery. I was at the park the other day with some moms. And again, I don't identify as a mom first and foremost. I am a mom, but it's not like the leading factor about me. But I am really trying to make like a conscious effort to go hang out with more moms, to hang out with more kids. I love seeing as we're around kids. And I love seeing like meeting women and other parents who really are just like very dedicated to their parenting. And I think it's awesome. So I'm at the park on like a play date with all of our kids running around, and it was all women, and everyone was talking about boob jobs because it's a huge fucking topic, especially Alex as a non-breastfeeding person. When you breastfeed.
Oh, I was like, Alex, I think you used that as a title for me.
No, but I can. Alex the non-breastfeeder.
Okay.
No, but you haven't. Okay, so basically, most people's experience with breastfeeding is they have the cup that they are. When they get pregnant, their boobs get a little bigger. For me, they got a lot bigger. Very noticeably bigger. And then I started.
Literally jugs.
My best friend's parent was like, Chloe's pregnant. She saw a picture of me, and my husband was like, no, she's not. And it was like, yes, I am. But then you give birth, and a lot of women's breasts fill with milk. They get fucking huge titties. Your favorite word.
It's not my favorite word. It's
your
just
favorite
funny.
word.
Okay.
Alex loves titties. After breastfeeding, a lot of women, when they're done having kids, will get boob jobs. So we're all talking, we're agreeing. I'm saying, yeah, I for sure will. And then a mom said, and this is just what she said. She goes, I can understand why women would go and get a boob job, get a reduction, a lift, plastic boobs, whatever. By that, I forget the word. What are they called?
Silicone?
Implants. Thank you. Implants.
Yeah.
I just want a boob reduction, so I forgot the word. And she was like, but I cannot understand how women spend $8,000 on fixing, quote unquote, their face because they just hate their face so much. And I raised my hand. I did. I outed myself immediately. I was like, oh, me. I got a nose job. It was $9,000. And it just, she kind of laughed and was like, oh, really? I wasn't offended at all.
Of course,
especially where we are. I don't know if a lot of people are touting plastic surgery here, but it was this interesting question to me and you brought it up and she brought it up. Like, why?
Why would you?
Why
yeah.
are boob jobs okay, but like a nose job, what's wrong with it?
For me, I don't see a difference between most cosmetic surgery. I think for me, the way I process it is like there's a similar potentially route to all of it. I don't know, and I ask what exactly.
Well, what's your perception of someone who gets a nose job versus someone who like a mom who gets a boob job?
I think maybe the mom with the boob job, it's the way I see it is like they want the way it was before. They just like they were so used to the way it was before. They don't like the way it is now.
Right.
And then with like getting a nose job, you did not like your nose before, and you wanted to look better in pictures and in person and all this stuff. So that's my perception of it. It's not really anything like malicious. I don't think. I don't think of it as like you or whatever. But is it like, I'm gonna be straight up? Is it self-hatred? That sounds really drastic and dramatic.
Maybe.
So, but if we're having an open dialogue about it,
of course, yeah.
What do you think? Honestly, Is it other people's, or when you see yourself, you want something, you want more? Because like I have a friend, she wants a boob job, mutual friend,
right?
And her husband's like, I don't want you to get. I don't care if you get this or not. She's like, oh, this is for me. Like I don't like. It does not matter what other people see me as. I need bigger boobs.
Yes.
But some women are like, I need to look fucking hot. I want to look like a fucking porn star.
Sure.
Like, and so for you, is it?
Okay. First.
Is this a weird question?
No, I'm going to get into it. No, I'm going to get into it. I want to tell you guys listening, like, all about my nose job, actually, because I think that's the number one question I get asked is beyond just like, why did you do it? Actually, that's not most people's question. Most people's question is, how much was it? How can I get it? What is the downtime? How do you feel about it? People don't ask me, why do you get it? The people coming into my DMs, and it is a lot of people. It's fucking Miss Washington, USA, messaged me about my nose job 2 weeks ago. Chrissy, I fucking love you. You gorgeous little bitch.
Chrissy.
But I do want to back it up to the male perspective, because you're talking about your friend and our mutual friend and the men not wanting it. I will say this. My husband, I think it's good to acknowledge this. When I first said that I actually got my nose job before I got Botox. My nose job was my very first step into procedures at all. He was like, kind of like, why? And like, what's the difference it'll make? And he wasn't like 100% for it. But I want to talk about something off the subject of surgery, which is called your partner's opinion on surgery. I think that's something we need to address today, because I think before I talk about my nose job and like my reasons for getting it, which I'm super happy to do, it is a fucking red fucking flag to me if someone says you cannot get a surgery.
Oh, it cannot is, yes.
Right?
It's not really your thing. Yeah.
No. So Ben was not like super excited, and my dad wasn't super excited either. So my mom did pass away. I don't think she'd be super excited either. But I think it's a really big no-no when men are like, don't get filler, don't get eyelash extensions. Like, you look so fake. You look like a clown. I've been told I look like a clown before by a male coworker. I walked in.
Was he gay?
Shut up, Ilya. Was he gay? No, he was married.
He said you look like a clown?
I walked in. So he wasn't for makeup at all, like makeup, period.
Oh, okay.
He didn't like it. And he told me all the time, this was one of my coworkers. He was a sales guy. He was the top salesperson in our company.
Hell yeah.
In our whole company, 660 employees. He was the number one. And he said that like makeup made him think people looked like clowns. So I walked in the day I was going to be proposed to. I know I was getting proposed to that day. And I walked in all done up. I looked very similar to how I do right now. And he was like, well, you look like a fucking clown today. Yeah.
It's funny because it's so blunt and fucked up.
And I laughed because it was like, what am I supposed to do? But it really is like the audacity and the caring of men. I guess like I do care about people's opinions on this topic. I'm interested in people's opinions on this topic. Too. Absolutely, women feel this way too. I know a lot
of conservative women that are like,
well, the woman who asked me, yeah, she wasn't down with a nose job, and she probably never met someone who had a nose job who wasn't. Like, her perception is this crazy person who hates themselves. I I love myself more than most. I think, like I really
And put on some eyelashes, and she's really feeling herself. You should have seen her at
I'm
the
a
photo
different
shoot.
person. No,
She's
but
like,
so I just wanted to say that. I think
so
people having an issue with you getting work done, and I get there's some bot shit out there. I get there's some people who look crazy.
Yeah.
They do. I know. I've seen it. I'm not blind. I think I have a tasteful taste. But I just think that that's something for anyone listening. Like, if your partner's like, fuck no, like, oh my God, I can't, I don't want you to have this, blah, blah, not your fucking business.
Yeah, well, I mean, if they talk like, why do you want this done?
That's okay. But to say no.
Yeah, to say no is absolutely. But if they were onto something, that's okay too. Like, if you were like, I fucking hate the way I look with my nose, I can't stand it. And if there's something deeper there, like, maybe it's okay for them to...
You want to talk about my nose so badly.
No, I was just using that as an example. But, like, yeah, let's talk about it.
Okay, can I ask you some questions first?
What? Let's get it. No, you're avoiding it.
I am not. I have an outline.
Okay, we have an outline.
Because I want to ask you some questions before I talk about it, because I will share the reason I got a nose job.
And why you want any other procedures.
Absolutely. I'll talk about it. I'm just...
We're leading people on
I'm trying
here.
to keep you listening. Are you kidding? I know what I'm doing.
But go.
Okay.
Yeah.
First, because Mr. You've had nothing done, and you may be more of the ilk of I don't know why people get things done. I want you.
No, I don't think it's gross or weird or anything.
Gross.
You said ilk. I don't know what that means.
Like the type. Okay. That's not what that means.
Oh.
It's like you're within the group of people.
Got it. I thought you meant ilk like you're.
And
you're
go back to college.
Yeah.
Okay. I also dropped out of college. We didn't get there in my intros. I also dropped out of college as a senior.
Oh, got it.
Embarrassing. Okay. I want to ask you. Well, this is going to be interesting because Alex doesn't know who many celebrities are, but I want to ask you which of these celebrities you think have had surgery. Do you think Khloe Kardashian has had work done?
I think I would assume that the Kardashians, all of them, I think it's a safe assumption to say, even if they...
Do you know what Khloe Kardashian looks like?
Yes, Chloe's the
you
not
pull
fat
up a
one.
picture?
She used to be fat, and then she's not anymore. Girl, I'm chunky. I don't mind saying she's fat. She used to be fat. She was a fat one. She came out recently. She had a scandal, kind of recent, like last year. She came out with a scandal of her. Someone took a picture of her candidly. Did you see this?
The one who went. Yeah, I saw this.
And then she scrubbed the internet of it.
Yeah.
And
she looked so good in the photo, which was it is sad.
So
I guess I think we should probably show him.
By the content, it seems she screams insecurity, so I would say yes.
Because she screams insecurity? That's the reason you think she's had work done?
Not because she screams insecurity, but because she's on TV all the time, because her whole thing is her face, her body.
Yeah.
Her whole business is that. She has to have work done.
She's had everything done.
She lies.
She's had her jaw done, her eye done. She's had her cheekbones done, her nose done. Please don't sue me, Khloe. I don't know if you've had this done.
But
this is my assumption.
She has a body by...
Body yaddy yaddy.
She has a body by surgery. Her body's... That's... I think...
Okay, you know what she looks like.
Yeah. She's a fat one. I remember.
Oh my God, you can't.
That's all right. I don't mind saying that.
She wasn't fat. She was never fat. She had
She's
more of a
fat.
boxy
She's
body
fat.
type, and now she has like a waist and hips.
She's not fat. She's the fat one.
I get sometimes.
Girl, I'm chunky too. I don't mind saying it. But
sometimes people call
yeah.
I look like Khloe Kardashian next to some of my friends.
You don't.
No, I do. I have really short friends. So when we're all done up like this, I do kind of sometimes look like Khloe Kardashian. Beyonce, but do you think she's had work done?
Probably.
She's had no work done. She's had no surgery done. We're talking plastic surgery. I'm not talking Botox. She's had no plastic surgery done.
Are you sure?
Mm-hmm.
Well, she also, and with that, she's one of those people I mentioned earlier.
DM us.
Beyonce, DM me.
Okay.
And then show me out on a story. Just kidding. Shout out our podcast on a story.
Yes. Please.
And then because when she was younger, they were like, she's going to be a star. She was like 4 years old, and they're like, they're going to be a star.
She hasn't had any plastic surgery.
But that's what I'm saying. So they made sure that everything she was doing was because she was reaching stardom.
Yeah.
Some people neglect themselves in certain parts of their life, whatever.
Some people just aren't born with the face they want to be born with. She was born with an absolutely stunning, perfectly symmetrical face.
Maybe that's it too.
I think it's okay to know that you're not what society
and
expects you to look like.
Yes, and then let's make a real distinction here of like, there are people that there's conventional beauty that they put on TV. Like, you're conventionally beautiful.
That's so nice of you to say, because we'll get into it.
Yeah, and then there's unconventional beauty, or just people you can see. I'm sure a lot of people listening. It's like you can hear someone talking, you see their personality, and they're glowing, they're amazing, and they may not be conventionally beautiful, but they radiate beauty. You're just like, you don't even notice any imperfections or anything.
No, but
age
it's not,
or anything.
It's so not. This is kind of what we're leading up to, really, with all my avoidance.
Yeah.
It's not about what other people see.
It's not, and at the same time, it's what other people feel. And then in our society, we're all about first impressions and being put on magazines and all this stuff. So all this stuff we're talking about is like, we're judging people on plastic surgeries and all that.
Do you think Brad Pitt has had plastic surgery?
I don't know.
He had his ears pinned back.
Oh, okay. And this is for sure. Like, he's open about this.
For sure.
And he probably had the Botox stuff done.
Maybe, but he definitely had an ear surgery where he had his ears after his first film, I think, go from out to.
I should have done that before this.
I have a friend who had that surgery as a child.
I should have done that before this episode because
they're red.
They're red and sticking out.
They're cute. Stop it.
I'm just kidding. All these things, I'm very aware that, like,
Alex is gonna come back next week with pinned ears.
I'm going to come back next week. With
he's gonna have tape
Botox,
on his ears and
pinned ears. I'm gonna get like those plastic surgery where they like lift your whole head.
Yes, girl. A facelift.
Just kidding. We're not doing
that. Okay.
Yeah.
Can we talk about one more funny thing first?
Okay.
Not funny. I'm curious.
Yeah.
Paul Rudd. Do you know who he is?
You showed me a picture. Well, I googled him before. Huh?
Yes, but doesn't Paul Rudd look like he's never aged? It's
He
a
looks
fucking
like he
conspiracy.
aged.
I don't think he's had any work done. He just is blessed by the gods.
He looks like he aged.
You are wrong.
Well, I don't think he looks like he got older. I'm not saying he aged.
But doesn't
like,
he look like he's almost
sag.
60?
Yeah.
He looks
great for his age.
like he made a deal with the devil.
He probably did.
Do you think he moisturizes every day? Do you know any?
I know what moisturize. I do moisturize.
With what?
There's one argan oil and jojoba oil, and there's like this.
It's like what
medley
people
of
put on their
oils.
tits when they have stretch marks. That's what you put on your face.
But it's specifically for moisturizing, so it's an oil-based moisturizer.
Yeah,
and then there's one by Lush that I put on.
I love Lush.
Lush is
I love
great.
Lush. They smell so good. Do you use bath bombs?
I don't use. I have a shower.
I have a shower too. I took
But
out
it's
my
a shower head. The shower head's fucking crazy. It's like this big. It mimics a shower. Mimics a shower.
My shower head mimics
it
a
replicates
shower.
taking a real shower. It's replicates the rain. It's like
Mine does
it comes
too.
down like.
Yeah.
It feels like a drug almost. Anyway,
I just
side
bought the
note.
same one. It's awesome.
And I have a CeraVe facial cleanser.
That is a great brand.
It is.
That is a great
And I'm
brand.
gonna be using that today after this crazy fucking makeup that I have.
You
on.
look so good. You are wearing today, Alec. I've had too much.
What is
vodka.
it? Yeah, I saw one said. Actually, I forgot.
We used Mac on you. Shout out to Mac, and then Laura Mercier.
Laura Mercier and Mac. Shout out to y'all.
I did a
for
mixture of
making
my
me look
summer
gorgeous.
colors for this Latino man.
I look crazy.
No, you don't. It looks so smooth. I feel like you look so pretty. I love makeup. I put makeup on my husband before photo shoots. Like
makeup
just
on men.
His blotching.
I don't know why. I haven't really investigated
this. Yeah, you
this.
have a problem with it.
No, I don't have a problem with it. I just if I was going on a date and I showed up. I have to investigate this because I don't know where it comes from. But if I went on a date and I showed up and some guy had fake eyelashes but it wasn't like he wasn't dressed in drag, but he like just refined his look.
He just wore makeup.
And then maybe like some lipstick or whatever. I don't know why I don't find it attractive.
It might not be your type. It also might be internalized homophobia.
That's two real sides of the pendulum. You know what I mean? And I think it's okay if men don't like women that are totally made up.
That's fine.
I don't think
to have your
to
type
have an interest.
or taste.
Like if they showed up to or like a heterosexual man showed up to a date and some girl was all glammed out, or if she wasn't glammed out, he had more of a preference the other way. don't think that's wrong. And I
Okay,
don't
but
think it's
here's the
wrong
thing. Most
for
men
gay
don't
men,
even
too.
know when you're wearing makeup. Most men, if I'm not wearing eyeshadow, think I'm wearing no fucking makeup. But
That's
I'm
true,
wearing
too.
everything all over every crevice of my face except I don't wear eyeshadow. I can't put it on. I look ridiculous
So
when I do
it's
my own
both.
eyeshadow.
It's both.
They
Yeah,
don't
yeah.
know.
Yeah.
They're like, oh, she's not wearing any makeup.
And I also
what?
have said that in the past. Like, I'm like, oh, and when I was younger.
Yeah.
And I had, it was in high school too, and college, where I was like, I think, it's probably easier for girls to just not even wear makeup or whatever. And some girl said the same thing. She's like, I'm literally wearing makeup right now. I was like, oh, like you have such, like, you're naturally beautiful. She's like,
Men
I
are
have
stupid.
makeup on right now. And I was like, oh. And then one day she came to school without makeup on. And I was like, is everything okay?
You are the
I was
reason
like-
women kill
I
themselves.
was like, is everything okay? And she's like, yeah, I'm fine. I was like, it seems like you're a little off today.
You are the reason women cry in the mirror.
So it's ignorance as well. But I think there's genuinely people that, and it's so go
You
back
don't have
into
to be attracted to like a big makeup look
Yeah.
on men. Like that's fine. I just don't think you should like have a problem or write it off if someone's wearing like a little foundation.
I still think, well, for me, it's like,
But
I like
I don't
to,
know. Tell
yeah,
me
for
the reason. Why
for
don't
me.
you like
That's
it?
what I'm saying. I need to investigate it more
Soul
because I
search.
don't know I don't know. For some, it's like, you don't, for me, you don't need to, maybe it's not for me, but then why are you wearing makeup?
Okay, so I oftentimes, I
Yeah.
mean, I don't wear makeup most
don't,
days.
yeah.
Like most days, I wear no makeup. I don't fill in my beautiful tattooed eyebrows. I don't contour my fake nose. I don't wear mascara. But I don't wear makeup most days, and we can lead into now the fact that I did all the work I needed to do to not wear makeup.
That's true.
That's a part of it. So we can move into that now.
So what?
Would you like to interview me about my nose job?
Not your notes, just but about everything.
What do you want to know? Because for me,
So what
I
is
will
it?
tell the
What's
whole
the
story.
core belief? What's the core belief where you're like, I needed this nose job? Did you hate your big nose?
Yes.
You hated it in
Yes.
pictures, or do you think was it about other people looking at you and being like, oh, she's got a big nose?
I hated the way I looked in photos much more than I hated the way I looked in real life.
Mm-hmm.
But I think that photos are more accurate than what we see in the mirror. So I was insecure from the time I was born about my nose. It was, and we can post photos of my pre-nose job and now. I mean, they exist. I'm not trying to hide it. I didn't get my nose job till I was 25. But it basically looked like a pyramid. Like the bridge is the same it is now, but it just went out a lot wider on the bottom side, and the bridge itself was much bigger. So that was what it looked like before.
Did
And
anyone ever make fun of it when you were younger?
Never.
Never.
No, this is completely internalized. I went to private school. People got kicked out if they made fun of you.
Wow. So you really I mean, this is really good. I mean,
Yeah.
so it's a lot. Do you think social media had a big part of it?
No, I wasn't raised with social media. Like I had a MySpace account that I was just friends with my friends on.
Did it exacerbate? Well, I mean, I'm not social media, but seeing other people's good noses,
No.
did that exacerbate it?
No, I guess I've truly never given a fuck what anyone else looked like or what they thought was pretty. I knew what I wanted on my face to think I was pretty. I think there were other noses, obviously, I could use as an example. But what I basically told my surgeon is I still want a prominent nose. My nose is not tiny now. It's not like a tiny little nose
It's
or
very
with
subtle.
a turn up.
Yeah.
It's very subtle. I basically told my surgeon that I wanted to look more refined. I wanted my face to, my face and my nose to look a little slimmer. I didn't like that when I smiled, my nostrils got bigger. And I know for some people, like the older they get, the more they're like, oh, I'm so glad I never got that surgery. For me, it allowed so much like freedom of just not wearing makeup. I used to like Facetune my pictures and I know, and I'm really against it. I'm not even just against it for me. I'm against Facetuning for anyone. I think it's ridiculous. But I say that having had plastic surgery
And using Facetune in the past.
Yeah, but I was also I actually stopped using Facetune when I was like 22, which for me was 5 years ago. I have explained this to people before. When you wear makeup and you get really good at makeup, then that's amazing and that's awesome. And you get to take a photo of you in that makeup. That is an art. You get to contour your face. You get to make yourself a different person. You take a picture, you post that picture. Of course, it doesn't look like you without makeup on, but that is you. That's you walking down the street. That's exactly what you looked like. When you Facetune something to me, you are lying about what you look like. I didn't like what I looked like, and I was tired of lying about it on the internet. So what I did is I went and got the fucking face I wanted. I didn't want to lie about it. I didn't want to be ashamed. I didn't want to spend hours changing my face and like doing a horrible botched job on Facetune. I just wanted to like how I looked, and all it took was a centimeter off the size of my nose.
Wow.
But
Damn.
it's me.
Yeah.
This is me now. I spent the money. I paid the money on my own, and I had a job that allowed me to do that. But I hated how I thought I looked just like a clown. Back to that word. I hated how big my nose was. I thought when I laughed, I looked silly.
Oh.
And I just didn't like how I looked. So instead of faking it on the internet, I made it a reality. This is how I look now. There's no changing it.
Yeah.
This is me. What you see is what you get. And I'm so grateful and proud of my face now. I love how I look. And maybe it's fake, but it's my face and there's no going back, and I love it.
Hell yeah. We love it. Wow, it's interesting. I mean, it's just interesting to hear a little bit of the psychology behind the person that it came from an insecurity, it sounds like.
Absolutely. I didn't think I was the prettiest version my face could be. I thought
since
it
we
had
have that
potential.
option nowadays, you think if that wasn't even an option, you would just be forced to accept it?
No, I wouldn't have liked it my whole life.
It would have just bothered you
Yes.
forever.
If I wouldn't have had the financial means to do it, I would have regretted it. And not
Or
regretted it, but
if
just
not
been
even
sad about it.
like, for example, if surgery never even existed for it, it's just like
If surgery
people had
never
the nose
existed
and
for
that's it.
anyone, then you probably would have seen me comparing it to other people more. Like for
Yeah.
me, I always knew a nose job was an option. Like I was in 4th grade when I said I was going to get a nose job.
Can you get Botox on your nose?
Yeah.
Because you said when
Yes.
you smile, your nose
Okay,
flared.
so
Yours doesn't do that now.
totally
but
different.
Yeah.
Totally
I know
so
different. Yeah, but
there is something
just
called
a side
a
tangent.
non-surgical nose job. And this is more for people who have like a crook in their nose that makes it go down or something like that. And they can get essentially filler to make their nose look like it has that little swooped end. And you can go to anyone who would like do your Botox or do your filler, and you can go and get a non-surgical nose job that lasts like 3 to 6 months, costs a few $100 each time. So you don't have to just go in and get surgery the way I did. Like you can go do trial runs, and it will make your nose look smaller by adding more filler in the places that create shadows on your face. So there is something actually, that is a thing, and it is really cool. But I knew that I wanted it to be a permanent fix.
Did a dentist do it or a doctor?
A dentist?
Yeah, you've never heard of that? Dentists do nose job.
He was an otolaryngologist, so he was an eyes,
that?
ears, and nose, throat doctor. But he was a rhinoplasty surgeon.
Got it.
Yeah, Dr. Eric Waterman in Seattle. And he did an amazing
We love
job.
you, homie.
He didn't make me look like every other girl. But I wanted to say something else.
Yeah, please.
This is a big part of it. And for anyone who's adopted, maybe this might resonate with them.
Oh, yes. This is deep.
I didn't look like anyone in my adopted family. I didn't love my mom and look like my mom and carry my mom's nose. I had a nose of a biological family that had me way too young and were addicted to drugs and alcohol and sex, and ended up putting me in foster care because their behavior put me in foster care. And I didn't have a relationship with them growing up. So my face was, you know how some people are like, oh, you have your mom's nose. If I had my mom's nose, I didn't want my mom's nose. I wanted my own fucking nose. And your nose is the biggest thing on your face that can change your whole look. I didn't need much to change about mine, but I didn't have this connection of like, oh, don't you want to look like your family? Number one, if you aren't adopted and you don't want to look like your family, fuck them. There's no shame in that. Go get a nose job. Like anyone can get a nose job because you want a nose job. But for me, very specifically, there was no attachment.
Yeah.
I didn't want to look like anyone else. In fact, I wanted to look like my own person. And it's sweet.
Yeah, that makes sense. So that was a reason as well.
It was definitely part of the reason it made it so easy for me to say yes.
And let's talk about, look, Chloe's had
Yes.
a lot of therapy. That's why she's so well spoken and able to talk about this so openly. I just want to say that. I mean,
I love love therapy.
I love
I love.
We're an advocate for therapy. Though I've never
Yes.
actually done therapy. I've done
Oh my
therapeutic
goodness.
things
Okay.
and had like therapeutic moments
Okay.
where I like was able to like at retreats and stuff where you're able to like really go deep into something.
Sure.
Where but never had to use those tools to work through things in my life, traumatic events and things like that. Though I've never went to therapy,
Like a traditional
talk therapy,
therapist. Yeah.
for ongoing. So
I've been to so many different times.
and you're like extremely open about talking about things. You're like, oh, my mom died. Oh, well, not to bring.
It's okay. I mean, it is how I am.
Yeah,
Yes.
and you're just very open about it, and I think it's very cool. So that's why we're able to talk about it in a way where
Yes.
like it may seem very flippant or something, but you went through it.
Yes, I
You
did.
went through it.
Yeah. No, I mean, I
I'm
went.
wiping my face off here. Sorry.
Is it orange
A
coming
little
off?
bit.
It does scare me that that's the same color foundation I use. Like, I feel
Don't-
like I should. No. I need to like reflect on why that's the color that I'm
Speaking of
wearing.
therapy,
Oh
do I
God.
look orange?
No, you look gorgeous. It's just like if you can wear that, then I shouldn't probably wear that. Like I'm
Well,
just like thinking.
Do I have a darker skin tone than you?
Absolutely, you're Latino. I am Swedish. Like I'm white.
Yeah,
I'm just,
you
yes.
are. You
But
are.
in the summer, sometimes I get spray tans, and that's like my spray tan.
One summer, me and my brother went to the beach so frequently that we looked dark.
We know what you're gonna say, Alex.
We didn't look black, but we looked
Your skin tone matched that of a
like
black
we looked.
person's.
No, not a black person, but we looked like Indian from India. Indian.
I could see that.
We like.
I mean, my
dark,
dad's Mexican. He gets really dark.
like
yeah,
it was
like
crazy. People were
gorgeous
like,
skin.
my dad wasn't working outdoors, so they like questioned if we were even his kids. Like it was like.
I understand that.
Yeah. So. Sorry.
Oh my God, people
Our
questioned
producer?
you that you didn't look like your. Oh yeah, let's talk about our
Ilya's-
producer.
Ilya's a Russian orphan as well, so we love orphans.
Okay,
We're
I'm
inclusive
not
to
a
orphans.
Russian.
Ruffin Orphan.
I'm not a Russian orphan, but our
Orphan.
producer was
Adopted.
at
Oh, sorry.
6 from an orphanage in Russia.
But he's
5.
technically orphan
5.
is not true because
No.
you have parents. Well,
Yeah.
we don't.
So
That's
he
a whole
has
journey.
biological parents that you don't know who they are, do you? So I know who my biological parents are.
We're gonna take a field trip to Russia to find Ilya's family. Just
Okay,
kidding. That'll be
should
that'll be a
I
crazy episode.
Message
Sorry.
Putin and see if he wants to be on our podcast.
Oh my God! Can you imagine?
Vladimir, would you like to come on? I'm sorry, that was racist. I don't know what that was. I don't know. I'm sorry. We're in a world war.
Okay.
So again, we talked kind of more about my nose job. I didn't like how I looked. I fixed it.
Okay.
To me, I really do like how I look now. Like I'm really, really confident. I'm really happy. And something.
Maybe too much sometimes. Where I'm like, girl,
Maybe.
chill. Today you
Maybe.
came in like.
Can I be
You're
honest about
stomping
something
all
though?
over. Yeah.
I definitely have, I have facial dysphoria. I did before the surgery. I do now. I don't think I'm as pretty as I wish I was. I don't think, unless I looked like Emily Ratajkowski, shout out girlfriend, like all the love to you. But I don't think, I am not my standard of beauty. Like I'm not as pretty as I want to be.
Yeah, for sure. I definitely feel like, and even times where I was fitter than I am now, I still in my
Because
mind
you have
was
a
like
lot more body dysphoria than face.
body. Yeah, face
Everything.
is like yeah.
Talk to us.
Well, I mean, for sure. Like I probably feel like I look less attractive than maybe more people actually think I am.
I think you're very cute. Open that pussy.
Wait, ew. Ew.
Sorry,
You just said
he's a
pussy.
power top.
Oh my God. She just said pussy on our podcast.
Yes. Don't cut that out, Ilya. Shut up.
Can we start bleeping?
Don't censor me.
We're not going to censor you. You are the Fox News hostess here. We're
Fuck
your
you.
queen of free speech.
Okay, tell me about your body
Sorry,
dysmorphia.
I'm like
Come on.
subconsciously
Come on.
avoiding this question. For sure, like my teeth is just like a echoing thing in my life where I wish like it wasn't so like when I was younger I had a really crazy fucking overbite. This is 6 teeth removed from my upper mouth, and then it had to, like, you know, it settled because I took 6 teeth out,
Mm-hmm.
2 of the back and then 4 up here in the front. So it kind of shifted into a position where, and then also, sometimes I look at myself in pictures and I'm on video. I have a personal YouTube channel, Floating City.
Don't follow him.
Follow me.
Follow
and
only
then,
me.
and I see myself in video. I'm like, oh God. And then like, body image wise, I wish I was fitter. Sometimes I will get really fit and I still am like, oh, I feel like just so unattractive. And I see myself in pictures months later and I'm like, whoa, did I really look like that?
Like you looked good.
Yeah. Crazy. And that is for sure dysmorphia. And I think a lot of people feel that way. I think most people feel that way.
I think so. And I mean, we're definitely gonna have another episode probably fairly soon. I feel like we should just at least get into it and we can have multiple as time goes on about body dysmorphia, facial dysmorphia, eating disorders, eating disorder recovery. But for me, like I want to be, I guess it's the first time it's not the first time I said it out loud.
Mm-hmm.
I've told my friends this. My friends know I don't think I'm pretty at all. I think that since getting my nose job, it's helped a lot because that was something that I wanted. There are photos I see of myself that are almost there for me that I'm like almost there. I know other people think I'm pretty.
Yeah.
I know that.
Same. I do know other people. My Tinder says that at least.
Feel awesome.
Yeah.
I still struggle with it. But I don't wear makeup to kind of force myself to like love and accept, because that is something, and we'll talk more about bodies in a different episode. Like I am such a big believer in accepting yourself and loving who you are, and actually seeing myself on film does help me. Hearing my voice helps me because I believe in what I say. I think I come off in a way that I am happy with. Like I like the way I represent myself. I think seeing myself on camera shows more than a still photo does.
Mm-hmm.
I see my personality and my smile and
Yes.
my laugh and like how talking to other people makes me feel and light up. And so that to me is the most like healing thing possible. And I guess I get it. Like I know society would say I'm attractive enough, but I don't know. So the nose job helped me. It helped me. It brought me like 25 fucking steps ahead.
Hell yeah. And I just thought of this.
Yeah.
We talked about plastic surgery earlier. Well, we're talking about it now.
Yeah.
We mentioned trans people.
Yeah.
And feeling insecure about certain attributes and feeling dysmorphic about dysphoric about parts of our body is different than being trans and having gender dysphoria.
However, I actually read something a trans person said that I thought was so true. And I'll let you finish your sentence, but what I read was this, and tell me how this works in. They said, I was kind of like, embarrassed about getting these gender gender affirming surgeries until I realized that cis people are just getting gender affirming surgeries too. I wanted a smaller nose because girls have smaller noses. I want perkier, smaller boobs because hot girls that I think are hot have perkier, smaller boobs. I am getting surgeries for me as a woman that are going to make me feel more feminine. At the end of the day, my new nose makes me feel more feminine. I did feel more masculine. Absolutely. So aren't they all? Listen, trans people, you get free surgeries first. But my surgery was absolutely my definition of a woman, gender conforming.
For sure. And also being insecure about where we're at with it. I feel like there has to be a little more steps taken when you're trans to do certain surgeries that it just like is right off the bat. Like some people, like I had a friend that got top surgery that was like non-negotiable,
which is a double mastectomy. If we're talking about it scientifically,
double mastectomy on healthy breasts is literally the procedure.
Yes.
But for sure necessary. I think it's different than a breast reduction. You know what I mean?
Dysphoria and dysmorphia are different.
Like, yes, and I just wanted to make that. I just wanted to be respectful to potential trans audience.
Absolutely.
Or in friends that I have that, I just wanted to make that distinction because we're kind of talking about that and being insecure about our nose or whatever. Yes, it's like gender affirming surgery for, whatever. But, because even men get My brother
Yes.
my brother's so funny. He sent me. We talked on FaceTime for a bit, and his way of telling me that I was balding
I
was
don't think you are.
he just told me. He just sent me because he knew me, from when I was younger.
Sure.
And so my hairline's definitely receding, and he sent me. Didn't say anything during the FaceTime call. He just sent me a link to this cosmetic surgeon that does hair transplants in Turkey. That's all he did, and it's just like all these like before
Don't
and
you
afters.
love that,
And-
siblings?
And these dudes are getting, like you said, the gender like affirming surgery,
yeah.
making their beards fuller,
Yes.
making
Definitely.
their eyebrows fuller,
Yes.
hair transplant. I'm like,
It's okay. It's
wow.
much more important to me that like someone transitioning gets those surgeries paid for first than me getting my nose job. But I will say, like, I just thought the tweet and the thought was profound, that
for
it was
sure.
like, this is affirming who we are and like how we want to look in the world, and like, why is it so bad? I know who I am as a person inside. That hasn't changed, like what I want, what I love, what I fight for, but just to be a little kinder to myself. And I've come a long way with like body image and whatnot, and I actually wouldn't touch my body, but I would touch my face. And should we go to therapy before we get plastic surgery? They make trans people. Like, I didn't have to go to therapy. My surgeon was basically like, will you like, this isn't gonna like fix how you feel about yourself, right? And I was like, yeah, I know, like it's a step. And he was like, okay, then you can have it. It was like so easy to do. And the
Your
what they
eyelashes
put
are
people-
so fucking big. I
they're
can feel
so
the wind
big. Do you
from
want
here.
me to take them off?
Oh my god, do it, do it,
You
yeah.
want me to take them off? Okay.
We're reaching the end here.
We are reaching the end.
Okay, I didn't mean to. Oh,
I can like breathe.
this now it looks like you, the
Yes,
Chloe.
I know.
No one loves.
I know. That's why I don't get eyelash extensions. They're just a little much for me.
Yeah,
But
yeah, yeah.
that's for me. That's the other thing. Like, I think that is really what as we come to the end of this, it's so personal. And, sometimes people are botched, and that is the worst. And like, it's their fault. What if they like it? What if they like that they look the way they do? Should we sue surgeons? Like,
Some people love the fake look. They literally say, "I love the fake it." Yeah.
Yes, and like to me, I'm like, oh my god, okay, it's not what I would do, but it doesn't fucking matter what I would do. Like that's,
Yeah.
I think at the end of the day, and this is aligned with so much of what I think in general. It's not my fucking business.
Yeah, yeah. Do you have any tattoos? You do.
I have 3.
Speaking of tattoos,
Yeah.
I would take cosmetic
And
stuff.
you do?
Okay. No tattoos.
Do you want one?
Also, this may be, and this is subconscious stuff, and
Sure.
that doesn't mean that I should get it because of this or I shouldn't or whatever.
Yeah.
But when I was younger, my dad, even like earrings for men, even like an
Do you have your
eyebrow
ears
piercing.
pierced?
No,
No,
eyebrows piercing.
I don't like
guys
those.
guys dyeing their hair, guys wearing too many rings other than like a wedding band.
Sure.
He was just like, why are you doing that? That's for women, or that's gay, or whatever. Like, so,
Right.
or tattoos. Why would you spend money on tattoos? It was
Yes.
like being cheap, being masculine.
Yes.
It's like the two things, which stems from a culture of like being, the breadwinner and like keeping money and saving. So I get it, but I definitely think there is some conscious stuff where, I know there's an option out there, but I'm not in a rush or
Yeah,
even
you don't
wanting
have
to do
to
it.
be
Yeah.
though.
And we live in different worlds too. You live with. You
More
hang
people
out with a lot.
I know get cosmetic stuff done.
I don't know. Almost, you're the
Yeah.
only person that I've ever been like, let me feel your forehead.
Am I normal?
You're normal as hell.
Right.
Well,
I mean,
bitch,
Am I
we,
a
we
good
ain't fucking
person?
normal. Listen up, bitch. We ain't fucking
We're not
normal.
normal.
That's why we're here.
Trauma. No, but I'm normal. I'm not like
Yeah.
a pariah.
Yeah, you're not.
It's not like weird. It's not whatever. I do want to say really
Yeah.
quickly.
Yeah, for sure.
Nose jobs. Just really quickly, because this is what I get asked about the most. I said this earlier, so I do want to come back to it because I said I would talk about it. No one ever asked me why, because the girls who are asking know why and they have their reasons, and it's not my business why they get it done. But they asked me about recovery time and everything like that. So my experience with a nose job, and I'll just go through it really quickly. I had a consultation. They basically took a picture of me and then rendered what my nose would look like after. We discussed what I wanted. They showed it to me and I approved it. Obviously, it wasn't 100% guarantee, but I was able to say, yes, that's exactly what I want to look like. And then I was holding on to that picture for 4 weeks. So excited for my surgery. They were like, okay, you're booked.
And how long did it take to recover?
It took a week. So I went in. into this
Bruised
beautiful no
bruised?
bruises for
Oh.
me. You will have bruises. I'm just gonna say that. I don't bruise, but I went in and they, again, trigger warning about surgery because this is gross, but they basically peel your nose, your skin up off of you, and then if they have to, they go in, they thinned out, they shaved off, part of my bridge, and then they broke my nose. They gave me that upturned, nose thing at the end. It was never hooked for me, but it was kind of just more straight down. So it like feminized my face and gave that. They sewed me back up. I had just like tape. I didn't even have a splint on mine. Everyone is different. I think they're actually moving away from breaking noses now. I had this done 3 years ago. And then I got out of the hospital. My best friends were there and I was like, oh my gosh, thank you for coming. Are you guys okay? Like blah, blah, blah. I was so like drugged up. Didn't really feel any pain. It was my first surgery ever. And I cried as they put me down. Like
It's scary.
I was really scared. I'm really scared of surgery, needles, all of it. I've had 2 surgeries subsequently, but I was sobbing. Like tears were streaming down my face. I was like, what if I don't wake up? But they were so gentle with me. The anesthesiologist was like, oh girl, I'm getting my boobs done next week. Don't cry. And I was like, okay. And then I was out and I was
holding
back.
your tit as you're falling
I
asleep.
was holding her hand. I asked her to, let me feel it. Let me see him. But I asked her to hold my hand. I've always asked people to hold my hand in medical procedures. I get really nervous. And I didn't have any bruising. They took it off in a week. I saw myself. There was a little bit of swelling.
And then in a month you were good.
I was good in like a week.
And when was this done again?
This was done in 2019, and I.
Oh, okay. So
I just turned 25.
Okay.
Yeah, but that's my experience. Very little pain. It's uncomfortable. You can't breathe for the first week. They give you painkillers. I didn't take them. I just took Tylenol or ibuprofen, whatever they told me.
Yeah.
But it was easy. Like it really wasn't that scary. So if you're considering it and you're like, I don't want to get it done because I'm scared of surgery, it's not the best, but I just want to say like it's really doable, and like the freedom I've had since then is incredible. Like I don't hate my face anymore, and that is priceless to me.
Totally. I'm grateful. I'm grateful that we have opportunities like that. And I'm also grateful that I don't feel the need to.
Yeah.
And I feel like
it's
cool.
not an awesome feeling to have, but I'm so happy that there was something
and
there
that we
for me
have
to
that.
choose.
Yes.
That's the thing. I don't
it was a
judge
relief for
people's
sure.
surgery was such a relief. I was like, oh
like
my
now
God.
You're like, right now you look back and you're like, I don't regret a fucking thing.
I wouldn't get anything done on my face at this point again. Like,
but you
just
don't regret
Botox.
it.
Absolutely not. It's the best thing I've ever done for myself.
Hell yeah. So if you're thinking about getting a nose job and you're really think about it.
Yeah.
Don't just
whole
impulse
life.
do it or impulse do it. But just know, I've also heard crazy stories where like the scar keeps happening over a year, and then like in a year and a half it like gets crazy if you don't get it done.
Research your surgeon.
Don't get it done in
cheap.
Tijuana.
Don't. I mean, really don't. Like,
you can fucking die from the infection.
Yes,
it is
I know
no
people who have
joke.
died from boob jobs. I know someone who died from liposuction.
Brazilian butt lifts.
Yes, it's
I
not.
saw some girl.
No
her
joke.
ass exploded. Sounds fucked up, but her ass exploded. Not from a Brazilian butt lift.
Did she live?
She lived.
She lived. Okay.
She was crying.
What
It was a
happened?
traumatizing fucking
Stop.
video.
Oh my!
It was,
What?
she
It was
lazy.
a video?
It was a video of her like it was first her crying like oh my God, and she moves the camera over to her ass. She's laying, and her ass is
Trigger warning.
exploded. It's crazy. So like,
oh my God!
don't y'all.
Just do your research.
Do your research. This is a great fluffy, amazing story. Not fluffy in a bad way.
But
like,
I did my research and I paid $9,000.
For
I didn't.
for a couple
went
of centimeters.
somewhere
Okay,
in
so like
Seattle.
really think about it and go to the best. This is not something you want to cheap out on.
No. And I agree there.
And like
yes,
especially Brazilian butt lift. I don't know if she
really
had
scary.
fat put into her butt or she had silicone, but her ass fucking
typically
exploded,
it's
y'all.
fat if it's a Brazilian, but I don't know.
Yeah,
Maybe it wasn't. Like
yeah.
I don't know what she had
You
done.
never fucking know.
You need to just be sure you get a reputable surgeon, and if they have credit cards that you can get that are specifically for plastic surgery, so you can qualify for that. And if you pay it within like a certain amount of time, your surgeon will work with you. So there are ways to get this done without like going bankrupt. It's not unattainable.
And life is more complicated than just love yourself. Like, this is a good thing for me. It's like, just love to tell yourself the way you were because blah, blah, blah. Like, yes.
You're allowed to change things you really, really can't get past. I've worked so hard on getting past so many things. Being annoying, being too loud, interrupting, being, when I've
just did it.
Gone up and down in weight.
Don't
You're
look at
working
me.
on that. You're working on that. You're working on your love of your body.
That's true.
I had already done that before I got my nose done. I worked on that. And so
it's more complicated. Well, I mean, it's like, it's more complicated. Just love yourself the way you are. 'Cause it's like, it's a process. Sometimes it does require a little procedure. Sometimes it requires a lot of procedures. And everyone has their own thing.
And that's
but
okay.
Be smart about it. Don't just jump on some random person's table because there's a lot of fake ass doctors too. Don't go to Tijuana, please.
So I don't think you should. My friend was saying that they like have good surgeons there.
Someone called me racist for saying that. I'm like, I'm not saying Mexican people suck at surgery. I'm saying don't go to TJ to get a Brazilian butt lift because your ass will explode, ma'am. Or sir. Oh, yeah, or sir. Okay, anyways, I think that just wraps up the episode. Do you have anything else to say?
Oh, I do.
Oh, say it.
Oh, I do.
Okay.
Oh, I do. Okay. That was our plastic surgery episode. Maybe there'll be more. Email us, message us if you have questions. If you want to ask me about plastic surgery. Or if you want to see me do Botox in the future. Oh, that can happen. You can go to my girl. She's so cute. There is something else I want to talk about.
Oh, God, I'm scared. I feel like I'm being put on the spot.
You are.
Oh.
Okay, Alex, you don't watch television. Okay. At all. Can you answer this for me? Because I'm going to put you on blast, but I want to be like accurate. I like to fact check. I like to be, ew.
Sorry, I have COVID. I'm just kidding.
My
we
God.
Both do.
No, we don't. No, we don't.
Okay.
What? Do you?
No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. Oh my God. That's why I messaged her typhoid Maria.
Okay, that is a fascinating story. Have you ever watched any TV? Like, is there a favorite
When I
show
was
you
younger,
love? Like, let's talk about your relationship with TV because he doesn't fucking
Blue's
watch TV.
Clues.
You watch SpongeBob.
I watched
That's the last show you watched.
SpongeBob, Blue's Clues. What else was? Oh, come on now. I watched Dexter, the serial killer, when I was like
You did?
17.
Okay.
Me and my brother would stay home from school, and when we were sick, and we like binge watched like 5 episodes.
That's So you've seen 5 episodes of Dexter.
I never finished it.
Okay,
I
so
remember this pisses me off when people are like, "Oh my God, watch Game of Thrones!" Like, watch it till like the 4th season. It really picks up. Then I'm like,
I know who you're imitating. Okay.
no, I'm not imitating anyone in particular. I just like people have said that in the past where I was like, this is not realistic. Don't make me do that.
Okay.
Anyways,
So I'm gonna make you do that.
Oh.
Because here's the thing. You don't watch any TV. You have the capacity to include one show into your repertoire. And one of my favorite things, I'll just say it. It's not like they need the publicity or will hurt from the publicity. So Karen and George are the queens of podcasting. My favorite murder, my favorite fucking bitches. It's so funny you said Game of Thrones. They literally just will recap Game of Thrones on their podcast. And it is so enlightening for me as someone who doesn't want to watch it either. And I just love hearing their perception. So I have homework for you. And we are going to we're going to bring it back for my audience here who have seen it and loved it, seen it or hate it, or never saw it at all.
your audience.
My audience, because these are my girls
Okay.
and gays. Theys, thems, all of you. We're going to go back to 2020, Too Hot to Handle, season 1. I'm going to give Alex my Netflix password. Did you watch it, Ilya? Did you watch Too Hot to Handle? You did.
Oh,
Me and
you've
my
seen
husband.
it.
Yeah.
You know what this is.
He knows.
This
Francesca
show is,
and Harry.
Y'all, for my audience,
Uh-huh.
this show is literally called Too Hot to Handle.
Yeah.
Red flag. But yeah, let's go.
That's it. Here's my statement. The show's name is a red flag. It's a huge fucking red flag. But by our next recording, my homework to you is you're going to watch the first episode. I'm going to watch it with you. I gave him my Netflix password. There's a lot of things
So we're
I
going
need
to watch
him
at
to
your
catch up
house?
on.
Do you have a TV?
We can watch it at my house. I don't have a TV. I have a laptop. I
I'll
don't even
cook
have
for
a
us.
fucking couch. Come over. But yes, okay, I'll watch it with you. We'll watch it together. But you're watching it. I'll watch it with you. This is so fun. Ilya, come over. We are going to break down season 1, episode by episode, each one of our subsequent podcasts until we get him through it, of Too Hot to Handle, where the premise is all these sexy plastic surgeryed up bitches go to an island.
Mm-hmm.
They think they're just on reality TV for being sexy. That is the confidence I need. It's the confidence I fucking respect. These sexy ass fucking motherfuckers show up, and then they get told by this like beep bop Alexis robot that they can't have sex
With each other?
That is the premise of the whole show, and it's so funny. It's so good. We have plans tonight. You want to come over? You want to watch it tonight? It's 7:45 p.m. Come over. Let's watch it. Okay.
Maybe tonight.
Maybe. Okay.
I
that's
worked
what
a
I
whole
said.
shift, and this is another
I
shift.
literally don't care.
I know. I just need to eat something. I have a whole basket of strawberries at home waiting for me.
Oh, raw vegan.
Who?
raw vegan.
Oh, I think he said rob you again. I was like, rob me again.
I'm gonna rob you of your brain cells, making you watch this fucking show.
I cannot believe. Well, we're gonna see it. I've seen a lot.
We're gonna break it down every episode. This is gonna be. I mean, we're gonna talk about other shit, but every episode.
And so I've seen a clip of. I mean, not every reality show is the same reality show, but I saw a clip of the Kardashians one time.
That is.
I was at my house, and
Oh my god, you're so relatable.
No, well, when I used to smoke weed, we got really stoned, and I watched it at my cousin's house, and they looked like fucking aliens. They got so much. Talk about plastic surgery.
Come over.
They're like what? And they're like walking around like, and they have these weird ass shaped bodies with these bodysuits. I only saw it once when I was really stoned. I was so freaked out that it was, and they were like, yeah,
okay,
and like
I love
salads.
to mimic Courtney's. Yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
And I could not believe that this was a show on TV that people actually watched. And I was like, I need to meet people.
Anyone can get famous.
Come
Girl,
on, bitch.
what's up?
Come on, bitch. And we'll end it there, baby.
Yes. Okay. So we're over. We ended. I hope you loved it, you guys. Please
Listen up, bitch.
Email us.
Oh yeah.
We made emails. We made fucking contact shit. We're going to go through this. And then Alex is going to say his outro. And then we're going to go poison his mind with sexy people. He's going to have a boner. Okay. So for we have homework for you too. I want you to email us your craziest or most humiliating breakup stories. I want to hear you humiliating yourself, ruining a relationship. I want to hear you getting dumped. I want to hear about you crying. I want to hear about ended engagements. And we have an episode coming up that we will.
I feel like your audience is more dramatic, like personality wise, than mine.
Sorry that we have interesting lives.
I mean, you would definitely get the reality shot of both of us for sure.
Would you ride my coattails if we get a reality show?
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
Like
fucking
I said,
email me.
I need to get. Email her. Actually, email her.
Yes, email me. Fuck you.
Well, same. If anyone in my audience would ever, maybe
your audience is going to be weird little internet people with your NFTs and all your shit. And I know you guys have some weird, freaky, like internet breakups.
But it's probably more serious. Like your audience would probably be more forthcoming about how crazy it was. Like for me, it
is going to be our audience. We are building this. Our audience.
But I'm saying like there's probably people that will be like, I love Chloe. Alex, he's a little weird. Or same thing, like I love Alex, but like Chloe is just too much for me.
I think I am the one people. I'm
going
to say it out. Yeah, I don't think people are going to like me.
Oh, I thought you were going to say me.
No.
Oh.
No, I think people are going to prefer you. I think someday one of you nasty ass bitches is going to make a Reddit and be like, Chloe interrupts too much. She thinks this is all about her.
Oh, you for sure interrupt too much.
Yeah, well, you know what? I'll go back to therapy. Fucking year 21 of therapy.
Oh, I thought you were talking about me. I was like, oh shit.
No, I'll go back to therapy and I'll work on it. Or write a list. Write a list of things I can talk to my therapist about. Interrupting number 1.
Okay.
I have a list of things you could write up to your therapist.
What's that? Start with 1. Why'd you look at my stomach again?
Your body dysmorphia. I think if you had a therapist, it would be a more helpful journey. If you had someone that you could really talk to.
What I started doing, I started making my friends pinch my belly.
That's so fucked, dude.
Why? I'm just
Pinch
like,
your belly?
yeah,
For
well,
why?
just like, well, because mostly at work, I'm just like, just grab it, and they're like, no, and they're like, and they grab it. And I'm like,
does that turn you on?
no.
Is that when like
obviously.
the producers are like, or like old freaky men are like, do this and then it gives them a boner?
No.
It's to shame you.
I just think it's funny when I make
I
someone
want you to look into that. It's like a really
next episode.
it's like a really weird thing to ask someone to do.
It's mostly for a joke.
I need you to email us all of you, whoever the fuck you like better. I don't care.
Yeah.
Email us your most like wild breakup stories.
And if you're
Bad
Chloe's fan,
breakups. I
say
hate
hey
you.
Chloe, and if you're Alex's fan, say hey Alex, and then you can explain the story.
This is gonna lead to such severe depression.
We're gonna be divisive as hell.
If you're Ilya's
Oh,
fan,
Ilya is.
if you have a crush on Ilya, email us. I'll work on it. Okay. Our email is toolongdidn'tlistenpod@gmail.com. Follow us on Instagram at toolongdidn'tlistenpod. We will have a Twitter soon. We do have a
We love
TikTok,
you.
toolongdidn'tlistenpod. You better listen, bitch.
Better listen. At this point, it's just gonna be our friends watching, which we're down with. We love you. We love everyone.
Do you have anyone you like in particular you want to shout out?
All of you? Love you. Oh, Cody. I love Cody.
Okay, this week shout out of the week is
Cody
Cody.
and Michelle. Cody, I love you.
Cody, what about Michelle? You would Cody, I love you.
Cody
and Michelle.
Cody, I love both
love
of you guys.
you.
Cody was my childhood best friend.
Cool.
From middle school.
Hi,
And
Cody.
he supports everything I do, and I don't give him enough recognition for that. I love you, Cody.
We'll have you on
Sorry,
the show.
Ilya's like gonna have a hernia.
Our
in your
producer
research
is
on
like,
it.
if we don't watch Too Hot to Handle right now, I'll fucking
He just
jump off
wants
a
us to
bridge.
fucking end this shit. Okay.
Okay, you
let's end
better
this shit.
listen, bitch.
We're gonna be famous.
Bye.
Bye.